Here's Fareed Zakaria on CNN dealing with the exact same thing. This is another apologist for Hamas. And watch how little Fareed Zakaria does. In fact, after the first initial question, Fareed Zakaria just allows CNN to become a propaganda platform for the terrorists.
What Hamas is doing is they're targeting Israeli civilians, women, children, grandmothers.
No, they are not.
Is that not a classic terror? Isn't that classic terrorism? They're not fighting the Israeli government. They're fighting.
By the way, I mean, look at the Chiron. What do you notice about the Chiron? Hundreds of Israelis and Palestinians dead, which is true, objective fact. But how many of the Palestinians were actually the murderers who were killed by the military in response? The Chiron from CNN equivocates and makes it sound like, well, there's violence on both sides. I'm sorry, the hundreds of Israelis who were dead were going to a music festival or sitting in their home, playing with their children or playing on a soccer field. The hundreds of Palestinians who might be dead were either the actual Hamas terrorists or they were warned by the Israeli government, by the military ahead of time, hours before any missile strikes, hey, get out of there because the missiles are coming. But even with the Chiron, CNN is turning a blind eye to blatant evil.
Ordinary people.
That's one way of putting it, but it's not true. I think Hamas mainly attacked military establishments, military installations. And most of the people they have arrested and taken as war prisoners are military people. I do not accept attacking any civilian.
This is a great moment for the anchor of the show, Fareed Zakaria, a very well-paid journalist for CNN, to jump in and say, no, excuse me, you're lying, and we won't let you lie to our audience. Don't they do that all the time with Republicans? I've seen it happen all the time. No. I'm sorry. We can't let you use CNN to lie. You did not target military. A music festival is not a military installation. But where's Fareed? Fareed, where are you?
I do not accept that Israelis attack our civilians. But look at what Israeli planes are doing now in Gaza. They are bombarding houses. They're bringing down to earth, and you've shown that on your screen. Whole apartments, whole buildings.
There we go. Johnny on the spot with the Chiron supporting the lies. Bombards parts of Gaza. What parts of Gaza? The parts where the terrorists are. Now, if the terrorists decide to live right next door to a hospital for the sole purpose of being able to then go on CNN afterwards and saying they bombed a hospital, that's not Israel's fault. It's not anybody's fault except their fault. But here we go with the Chiron to support the lie.
High-rise buildings are brought down to the ground, and we already are receiving reports about families who are killed. 9 people in one family, 10 people in another family, including children. I do not want any civilian to be hurt, neither by Palestinians or by Israelis. But the question is how to end that. Will it end by attacking Gaza Strip another time? Israel has already conducted 5 wars on Gaza. One of them lasted 51 days. They destroyed everything. This did not stop Hamas, did not stop resistance. There is one way to stop any violence, and that is to end the Israeli occupation. And that is for the United States to be fair. They cannot say that Israel has the right to defend itself, but we, the Palestinians, don't have the right to defend ourselves. Let me remind you with the case of Shireen Abu Akleh, who was not only Palestinian, but also...
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. The fact the fact that Fareed Zakaria couldn't jump in and didn't interrupt any of that, didn't jump in and clarify the record. And by the way, great follow-up. When you say end the occupation, can you be specific? Can you be, because Israel has not occupied Gaza for close to 20 years. So what do you mean by end the occupation? Fareed Zakaria didn't want to ask that question because he knows the answer to that question. The answer is the entire geographic territory that is the political designation since 1948 of Israel. That's what this man considers to be occupation.